Andres.
Andres, and how long have you been working for the company?
Since 2000.
What was the name of the company you were working for before it became Iberian Partners?
Cas Vega. Cas Vega.
Okay. So sorry, you've worked since 2000, you said?
Yes.
Okay,
So 14 years.
14 years. So and your surname again? Danny?
Andres. I say.
Okay. Danny Andres, you've been working at one of the companies that was merged to form Coca-Cola Iberian Partners. You've been working there for 14 years. Why is there so much anger amongst workers about what's being done? Porque hay tanta rabia por la situación.
Because you know the company got last year 900 million profit, right?
You're talking about Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola.
Yes, Coca-Cola got last year 900 million euros profit, and they want to lay off 1,250 families directly and over 3,000 families indirectly. And we are striking because we think that is not the way. You know, they can negotiate many things like the salaries, but they send us to the poverty, you know, because they want to earn more money, and we cannot permit this.
Isn't it true though that this is the group of companies, now one company, that bottles Coca-Cola? So we're not talking about Coca-Cola specifically here.
No, I think that is wrong. This is Coca-Cola company because they get 56% of the profit year from Coca-Cola Iberian Partners. So this is Coca-Cola Iberian Partners, but the guilty here is Coca-Cola company and Coca-Cola Atlanta.
I've spoken to Coca-Cola Iberian Partners, and they say that yes, 1,250 workers will be affected, but 500 new jobs will be created once the plants are merged. Also, 350 people will be taking early retirement, so only 350 jobs will be lost in total.
Well, they're talking that's the story, but the real story is that they're gonna lay off all the people, around 750 people, and when you be in unemployment, you should apply to the vacancies, and they will tell you if you are right or you are not. So that is not the real truth. The truth is that you must apply after you're gonna be laid off, you know, and we don't want apply to the new vacancies.
You're saying that in your view, 1,250 people will lose their jobs and then they have to reapply.
Yes, you're right.
And what about the issue of people having to move?
Which the people cannot move because they have the family here. They're gonna be unemployed. So now we are living the worst crisis in Spain in the last 70 years, and everybody knows around the world that it's almost impossible to find a job now in Spain. So they send us to the poverty.
But don't companies have to survive also? And if they are merging 7 companies to create one, they say they want to get rid of duplicity. You know, they want to get rid of duplicating resources and jobs.
Yeah, they have it, but they are talking that they had duplicities in human resources, in computers, right? But they don't say in production, and we are working in production, so they are lying.
And they're also offering redundancy payments to people who lose their jobs above the legal minimum here in Spain.
Yeah, but you know, the minimum is 20 days per year, maximum 18 months. That is nothing, you know. They say they're gonna pay 30 years, but we're talking the same. You know, they wanna send us to the street. You know, we have mortgage, so the first step is that we're gonna lose the jobs, and the second step we're gonna lose our houses because we couldn't afford the mortgage every month.
What is the social impact on you and your colleagues? What could it be? I mean, what is the social impact of this decision, maybe?
All the Spanish society, they couldn't believe when they saw this news because Coca-Cola, one of the biggest companies in the world, that they got over 900 million profit just in Spain. You know, send this amount of people, over 4,000 people, to the poverty, to the street, when they cannot find a job. The Spanish society, they cannot believe that.
Tell me about your personal situation. Do you have family? How would it affect you if you lost your job?
Well, they had broken my family because I had 2 kids. One is just 4 months old and the other one is 14 years old. I'm paying my mortgage here in Madrid. So if they would recollect me in another city in Spain, how could I afford pay the mortgage in Spain and the rent in another city? Right? I couldn't afford it. So they have broken my family. And many of my workmates, they have kids, they have mortgage, you know, and they couldn't find another job here because the situation in Spain is really bad. 26% of the population are unemployment.
How hopeful are you that this can be negotiated and a solution can be found that is good for you and for the company?
For me, the only good situation would be come back to my factory and back to my job. That is the only reason, the only way that we want to finish this strike.
Will you accept any job losses?
No, we don't accept any job losses. We couldn't accept it. We want to reopen the factory, that's all. We don't want to negotiate anything, just open the factory again.